Good morning. Greetings and salutations. Who knows what that's from? You are Gen X for real if you know what that is. What is that from? I actually didn't read the whole book. Hey, so good to see you. I was just saying greetings and salutations. And you got to be a for real Gen Xer to know what that line is from. What book is that we had to read in like third grade? Hello, so nice to meet you. Better Fasting, a wise well woman here teaching about intermittent fasting. Nice to see you, Angela. And that's my sorry, y'all. And Little Red King Head, I think it said. Nevada, so good to see you. So I didn't see any of y'all tell me what greetings and salutations were from, but that's okay because I know this is a multi-generational community. And you know what's interesting? My age group is not the predominant age group on the page. Isn't that something? Yes. So we're talking about fitness motivation over 40. And by the way, P.S., I should probably tell you what it is. So the predominant age group on our page is 35 to 44. Secondly is 25 to 34. Still not my age group. And then, 39. Okay. Hey, Maggie's in here. And then my age group, which is, I think Instagram calls it 44 to 55 or something like that, we're third. So if you're just coming in, we're talking about fitness motivation for the melanated 40 plus crew. You see what I'm talking about? You see how the 30s up in here, the millennials, the young millennials. By the way, this is the last year for the older millennials. They're about to say goodbye to the 30s and head on into the best times of their life and join us on Black 40 Plus Fit. Oh, and we got 28. I told y'all. That 20 something group is the second biggest group on our community. So wherever you are, however old you are, it doesn't matter, because you know what? Do you ever think to yourself, whew, if I had known then what I know now? We say stuff like that. So when we go behind the page today and introduce you to Maggie, you're going to be hearing from someone who is there in their thinking with their approach to fitness. So it doesn't matter where you started. If you have been on your wellness journey for a while, or if you're kind of new-ish to it. A little bit about me, and I'll tell you it kind of fits into why our page even exists. I started my wellness journey at 41. You know, you hear folks say things like, well, you know, the older you get, the harder it is. Yeah, Angela. So good to see you. Fing Morse Code. Thanks for being here. But I was 41. So I was in my 40s, and I wasn't like just turning 41 saying, all right, let's do this. No, I was well into my 40s. I was 41 and a half or something like that. And I wanted to have my outside match up with the change that I was seeing on my inside. Welcome, Life Aslito. So happy to have you here with us. We're talking about fitness motivation for as we age. So I wanted these things to match up, right? But I needed help. I needed information that also had an inspiration component attached to it, because that's what I needed in my life. And I dug into Instagram for that. Now, this is no shade to people in our real life. It is some shade to Facebook, though. And you can show me some hearts if you believe I'm on something to this. Do you find that the people you're connected to on Instagram that you get more support on this platform than on Facebook, where the people really know you? I'm just saying. Am I lying though? Am I lying? And so Instagram was giving me that. And so I stuck with it. And I still do. You see the hearts, they know. And so what I do now is the same thing. I still seek out information and inspiration, but the only thing different is that now I share it. I say, ooh, I found this thing. Or are you following her? She talks about this, this, and that. Or have you heard about such and such? They do this, that, and the other. You should be following them. You want that. If you're interested in this, then you need to hear from her. So that is the purpose for Wise Well Women. Yeah, Instagram better than Facebook, and they know you. I don't know why that is. But anyway, that's why we do Wise Well Women, because it's me saying, hey sis, I discovered something and it's blessing my life. It's helping me. Yeah, Mecca, you sure do. And I like that we tag people, we share stuff like that. And that's what I want to do. I'm taking you behind the page today with this page. I've been following for a couple of years now. They are one of the few pages that I have the notifications on for. Think about pages you have notifications for. You probably can count them on one hand, and you might have some fingers left over after that. But this is a page I have my notifications on for because I don't want to miss a thing. They provide ongoing motivation. Folks over 40. Now, I got to tell you, and you're going to see this when you see Maggie's face in a bit. Hey, Maggie.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Maggie, I got to say this. Yeah. And I was going to tell them before I saw your face pop on. I have to admit, when I first saw like your post, I thought to myself, is that her?
Yeah.
She doesn't look 30.
Which one? Which post?
Any of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She doesn't look 30. So how is she? This is the person. So look at this.
Hello.
Introducing, this is Maggie, y'all. The force, the beauty, and the brawn behind Black 40 Plus Fit. So let's flood the screen with some hearts.
Thank you.
And if you are not following this page, do it before you eat lunch. Okay, get that in. So how are you feeling overall, Maggie? How are you feeling today?
I am doing good. Doing my self-care. How about you?
I'm feeling encouraged as well. I rode my bike, and that brings me a lot of joy. Just being out, with the fresh air and seeing the trees. And I live by the lakefront, so I got to be by the water. And speaking of self-care, I also follow you on Clueless Curl. Yes. So I know that self-care is really huge for you. Have you always been like that?
Yes, it all started with the my natural hair journey. So yeah, self-care has always been a priority for me. Working out has been, my #1 top priority, and then healthy eating, and then meditating. Whatever makes me feel good inside and out is my form of self-care. And it doesn't always have to be like the expensive things. It's the little things, so yeah, that's always been something I've done ever since I started this wellness journey. And it's been about 10 years now, over 10 years since I
Yeah. So you started then in your early 30s.
Yeah, my early 30s, around 2009, which is when I went natural with my hair. So that's how all of this came about.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. If you are just joining in, guys, you are meeting the face behind Black 40 Plus Fit. And as I said, Diva Dumb, you might be thinking, and this is what I love about this, and I'm so glad that you are our debut guest with this, because you get to see the real person. And the one thing is, I can tell y'all, as someone who follows this page and sees the feed all the time, this is not about her. You probably, if you can find 10 posts that are like about her, I'd be shocked because they are few and far between. Now she does, because it's important that we see her and hear her voice and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and get her wisdom. But she really makes it all about the people. If you are saying to yourself, sometimes I'm just, this is what I hear people say, Maggie. You probably hear too. I don't know. I'm just not motivated.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just don't really want to start. Well, after this or this, that,
That mindset needs to change.
hmm we, what is it? I know we got some Bible scholars on here. What is it? It says we are changed, delivered, healed by the word of our testimony, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, we can be inspired by seeing other people
Yeah,
do well. And on
absolutely.
that page,
Yes.
that's what it is. You see all of these other people who are just like you.
Yep.
These are not people who are in bikini competitions. These are not, there's some fine men on there too, P.S.
Yes.
Um, these are not people who are showing off. These are just people who are getting fit over
Yeah.
40. So will you walk us into, because it's one thing, you say you've been doing this now for a while.
Yeah.
It's one thing to do that for yourself, but why did you decide to make that like a community page?
Well, because, like I said, going back to how it all started, I had just turned 40. And
Mhm.
I also got my first gym membership around that time. So I was looking for motivation to keep going on that journey. And I told myself, all I had to do was go on Instagram and I'll find what I was looking for.
Uh-huh.
So I went on Instagram. I mean, I did find, like Black 40 plus, not, well, 40 plus fitness pages and Black fitness pages, but
Hmm.
there wasn't one that put the two together. So I
Yeah.
took it upon myself to create the page. And then the other fitness pages, they just made it, clear that someone who looked like me will never be featured on their page. And I
Hmm.
wasn't going to beg to be seen. The representation wasn't there. So I took it upon myself, created the page, and the feedback has been amazing. And
Hmm.
I'm proud of what I created. Black 40 Plus Fitness is a fitness motivation page for the Melanin 40 Plus Fitness community with health, wellness, and other topics to be discussed. And I am proud of the, I call it, the connection I've made behind the page. And one of those connections is you. I want to thank you for reaching out to me
Oh,
because I was having second thoughts about doing this, but I also
I
looked at,
know. I could feel it. I could feel it.
yeah,
And y'all,
yeah,
well, this is how I had to do it. You weren't fooling me. I got it. But I had to like reassure her because sometimes
you
the
don't
people who
know.
are the people who are the innovators
Mhm.
and the visionaries for the things that we admire, sometimes they just want to stay so far behind the scenes. And I wanted to let her know, no, there are people who really want to hear from you. They would want to meet you. They would want to, know like how you are sharing your experience and impacting other people's lives.
Yeah.
You are directly impacting my life on a
Wow.
daily basis.
Wow.
That's real. Because those of you, and there are probably people on here like that as well. Thank you so much for coming. So, like, let's take Move Therapy Chicago, for example.
Wow.
We have no idea who the person
Yeah.
is behind that page, but
Hmm.
there's someone there and they have a story and they have a reason that they did that. And the reason that they did it,
Hmm.
that's what draws you in. So,
Yeah.
even though I didn't know you, because for actually in your industry and with the page, like how your page is, I would actually have thought a man was doing it
I know. I
because
get that sometimes. Some people confuse
mhm,
it.
because a lot of those pages are run
Yeah.
by brothers
Hmm.
that are doing it, and they're doing well with
Yeah.
it. But unless it says women in the title, you
Hmm.
won't
Yeah.
particularly know.
That's true.
Hey, Queen Liana. So it's, just so great that you decided to do this. And this is her first
Yeah.
live
First
appearance.
ever.
So let's give her a hand for that. Can we give her a hand, some hearts for that?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that is something
So yeah,
that
it's
does
all your
not,
fault I'm here today.
It does not come easy for everybody. And I have to tell you, don't think that just because I do it, that I'm super comfortable with it either. I have to take deep breaths. I do my Wonder Woman poses and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
to get myself
But
better
you do a
fasting is
great job.
applauding. Huh?
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. And so are you.
Mhm.
Jen, the friend, is giving you some hand claps and we got some applause over there. I want to go into this like self-care thing again because you are not new to this. You are true to this.
Yeah.
So I know that you not only eat clean,
Hmm.
but you use like clean plant-based products on your skin and on your hair.
Yeah.
So walk us through how did you get on that? Like with making plant-based be beyond what's on your plate,
Yeah.
but which how you treat your body.
Yeah, it's a green lifestyle, and going green is an extension of my natural hair journey, which I've been. A lot of this goes back to the natural hair movement when I discovered natural hair back in 2009. So that's an extension of that. And
Okay.
I make my own skincare products and some of my own cleaning products,
Mm.
and it's been about over 10 years since I've used like the mainstream commercial product. And reason behind that is because a lot of the products that we use have toxic ingredients. So that alone was enough for me to make the switch, to
Mhm.
clean, green. And a couple years ago, I came upon an article that said products that are catered to Black women contain the most toxic ingredient. And
Oh,
when I
wow.
saw that, yeah, when I saw that, I had already knew that, but it confirmed.
Why is that? Do you have, what's your theory behind why that is?
I don't know. We spend a lot of money. We buy tons of products. These brands cater to us, but yet they can't make products that doesn't harm our body. So
Wow.
this is something that's simple to do, but they just choose not to do it. But anyway, when
Mhm.
I came across that article, it confirmed to me that I wasn't crazy, because there are people out there who try to make me feel like I'm, being weird for living this lifestyle. But here you have
Mm.
something that is created for us to enjoy and is causing harm to our body. And I just feel like the same way that we were very vocal with the natural hair community to create products that are non-toxic, is the same way we need to be with the products that we put on our body, in and on our body, because, I shouldn't have to worry that when I buy your product that it's causing me harm later.
Right. Hmm.
That's just me. And that's why.
Y'all, is it me or is she breaking up? Hold on, Maggie. Okay, it was kind of breaking up for me. Is it just me? Can y'all see Maggie okay and hear her okay? Because you look frozen. Okay, I see you
Oh,
moving now. It sounded weird. Um, See, Maggie, this is why I'm so glad that you're here. And I hope that after, because, okay, somebody else said you were breaking up. Maybe you were getting a call or a text or something
mm.
coming through because you're clear now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
You want me to?
Um, this is why it's so important that we do this. And I hope that being here even inspires you to start going live, either
Yeah.
on your page or on Clueless Curl, because what you said just then, and this is why we call it Wise Well Women, because it's not enough to have information, it's not enough to have access to stuff. Did you catch what she said? She said, I knew I wasn't crazy. See, that was inner. That was enlightenment. So she was able to take that. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Deanna. She was able. See that? Better Fasting said you was breaking up because you was speaking the truth.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So you see how she took her wisdom and said, I'm just gonna make my own stuff. if this, reading the thing, if this is what's in here and I can't hardly pronounce it, maybe. But honestly, and I will say myself too, I get a product and I just wash my face. I don't even think, I I'm doing a bit better with like the creams and stuff that I'm using, but making my own stuff has not even been something that I've considered. For you all that's on here, how do you do your self-care? What products are you using? Are you making your own stuff? Would you be open, to doing that? Maggie, how did you even know how to make the stuff and like what products to use? Can you tell us some of the things that you do that we could be like, oh, I got this and oh, I can get that and kind of, do it for myself? Like what's something you do? Oh man, she's breaking up again. Hey, Maggie, or is it one hand or two? Hey, Maggie, you are breaking up. I have something I want to try. I don't even know if you can hear me right now. Wait, Maggie, we can't hear you. Freezing again. Stop. Okay, let me type her a message. Or somebody, let's get an administrator on here. Can somebody, I want her, Maggie, can you hear me? Maggie, I'm wondering if you should go out and come back. Hey, Maggie, this is what I think we should do. Would you request to come back in? Because we're going to get this information. If you're just joining or you joined us a little bit later, we are meeting Maggie M. She's the face behind the page. She is the runs it at Black 40 Plus Fit. And she is dropping some wisdom. Ain't that how it go? Wait, you got to make the ugly face. She is dropping some wisdom, okay, on caring for your body to the degree that you would be willing to make your own products. So when I see Maggie again, can somebody send Maggie a message? Mina, that's my bestie, y'all. Mina, would you go to Black 40 Plus Fit and send her a DM and say, come back in? How did they get Teddy back that time, by the way? Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Yeah, she was breaking up. Not making my own, don't know where to start. Me too. We should suggest to her, okay, she's coming back. Let's suggest to her, Jen, to maybe make a YouTube tutorial on that. Is she okay? I see it's work. There you are. Oh, this is
Yeah,
so much clearer and everything. Somebody suggested that you take it off Wi-Fi.
yeah, it's not on Wi-Fi. I don't have it on
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
okay. So, Maggie, someone in the comments, Jen said that she doesn't know how to make her products, doesn't know where to start. And you started breaking up when you began to share how you got into being able to make them. So then we just basically started a campaign for you to do a YouTube video or something where
Well,
you show how you make it so we can make it.
well, I do have my website. If you go on my website, I have a ton of DIYs. That's another
Okay.
thing I'm into. So if they go to cluelesscurl.com and just search DIYs, and I'll have a whole bunch of stuff on there. Like I make, bentonite clay. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that. It's real simple. Bentonite with apple cider vinegar and tea tree oil. That's a face mask that you can use, and it gets rid of all the toxins out of your face. So that's just one of the things that I make that's real easy. You don't need,
Okay. And I don't even know what bentonite is.
bentonite. Bentonite clay.
Bentonite.
I know a lot of y'all, we use that on our hair too for the naturals. Anybody use bentonite clay? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is, but
You
now
never
I'm
heard of it?
curious. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. Tons of Black women make products. I buy from them. My sister is one. Are your products available for sale, Maggie? Are y'all praying in the spirit over there? Because we not having this. We, in the name of Jesus, come against these demons and imps that are trying to interfere with this broadcast, with this live stream. We will go forth in Jesus' name. I know she'll pick right back up. So I'm going to keep reading because y'all are sharing some good stuff in here too. Wonderful face mask, Teresa says. So it looks like you've made it too, and that you've used red clay. Oh, you've used it before. Thank you, Joy. I knew that you weren't playing around. 5 teaspoons of, okay, it's over there, Maggie. Oh, it came off. Okay, we'll bring her back in. Yes, we agree. The devil is a whole lie, and the truth ain't in him. What were you saying about the apricot oil? 5 teaspoons of apricot oil to 4 drops of myrrh. Y'all are on another level. Myrrh? What? Listen, y'all are getting me all the way together. When we share these Wise Well Women episodes, they are not just, for me to just be on here talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could get that information and be through with it. We do this so that we can share and learn from each other. When I'm hearing you, girl, talking about myrrh, as in one of the gifts that they brought to baby Jesus, I'm like, oh my goodness, let me find out. And we really are finding out. Oh, it's a wrinkle cream, good for lymph drainage too. Something I didn't even know that I would need. Teresa says, apricot oil absorbs quickly into the skin. Okay. Okay, I think Maggie's back. If you came in a little bit later, we're going behind the page with Maggie, and there she is. So Maggie, while you were out, a couple of folks were talking about apricot oil.
Yeah, no.
And yeah, that it's something that absorbs quickly into the skin. So if you guys have questions about fitness motivation over 40, about self-care, especially organically, please start dropping those and we'll ask these. So one of the questions here is, how can I get rid of blackheads?
She can try the bentonite clay. She can start with that, making that, it's just the bentonite, apple cider vinegar and tea tree oil. Mix it up real good and use it once a week and see if that helps. But also there's like a ton of websites. If you just, type it in, you'll be able to find what you're looking for. What kind of, I don't know, the skin. Is it oily? How is it?
Yeah, Nevada, would you share what's your skin type? It's so interesting, Maggie, maybe you can speak to this, but at the beginning of the quarantine, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks in, my skin got so dry. Under my eyes looked cracked. The top of my eyes right here looked cracked. And I had dry splotches all over my skin.
Mm-hmm.
I had never experienced anything like that before. I don't know where it came from or anything like that. Are we, how does, I don't know if it's stress, if it's the weather, if it's just being in the house. Like, what are these things that affect our skin?
It could be a whole bunch of things, like you just mentioned, stress, environmental factors, what you put in your body. It could be a whole, yeah, all that plays a role.
But I'm just so grateful to be doing better. Y'all have no idea, because I was out here just looking like a leper. I'm not even playing. It was like that. So if you're just joining, you're meeting Maggie. She's the force behind Black 40 Plus Fit. And as we begin to close, I want to know, how can the people that are here get to be featured on the page? How did you go about, getting folks who were using your hashtags and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff? Because there may be people on here who have it in their heart to start a community page too. So how did you like build this community around fitness motivation? Because you share with us how you started it and why you started it. But how did you get those folks to like be like, yeah, this is one of our homes on IG here, and we're going to use this hashtag, and then how can people get featured themselves?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's breaking up again.
Can you hear me? No?
Um, I can't hear you.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just
It's
talking.
like in and out. It's in and out.
Okay. Let me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, to get featured on the page is to follow the page, use the hashtag so that way I can see them. And I'm always looking for like, fitness tutorials, healthy eating,
Mm.
anything having to do with wellness, self-care, things of that nature. I don't have a problem with anyone reaching out to me as long as it's in line with what the page is on. Just reach out. I'll do the best that I can to get your content out there. So
Mm-hmm. And one of the things I like about your page as well is overall, I'm not even going to say overall, all the way around, it's a very like, what word do I want to use? It's a, hey, looks like she's breaking up again. So I'll make this point until she comes back in. If you're looking for a page that really truly is about fitness motivation, inspiration, clean living, from the inside out, as she added like the things about the body care, it's that type of page. Like these posts are not people who want you to see their booty. These are not people who are trying to thirst trap you. Like it is what it says it is, and that's what I admire about it. Maggie, it looks like you're coming in clear now and everything if you want to try. So Nevada was saying that your skin is definitely um dry except for on the sides. And Teresa, yes, please do follow. And I'm happy to share. Happy to share. Are there any people who are wellness pages that are on here? I would say drop your page in the comments. So okay, we see some movement. I think it might be good, Maggie. About live is it's live, so you never know how it may happen. Maggie, that's okay. We are so happy that you were here. Can we flood the screen with hearts, with applause, and let Maggie know how much we appreciate her being here? And I hope that in no way you feel any kind of way about the connection situation. That is absolutely beyond your control. And as I begin to close, yes, I see the hearts there. We appreciate you. Let's say thank you to her. As we begin to close, I think that's a good point to close on. Like, there are things that are simply beyond our control, right? But we can be intentional about what we let our minds rest on. One of the quotes, hey, Shawnee, one of the quotes that I really like, I heard someone say once, this pastor said, You can't control a bird flying over your head, but you can keep it from building a nest in your hair. Here's what that means if you missed it. And this person is from the South, and in the South, we just do things differently. I live in Chicago, by the way, but I was born and raised in Mississippi. The point of it is there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, not just out there, but in here, in your own life, right? Some of that stuff we don't have hold on, but we can be intentional. The word talks about let your heart not be troubled. So the fact that it says let seems that it's something that we might have some choice in the matter of, to let it not be. So I'm saying that to our sister Maggie. And she's having a good day. She started out saying she's having a good day. It's great. So we're not going to, make it that because the connection is bad that has to mean anything. I'm saying this to whosoever needs it, that let's, move on from here as we head out into the rest of our day. You're going to do two things. One, you're going to let your heart not be troubled, fretful, diseased, fearful. And the second thing you're going to do is, follow at Black 40 Plus Fit. You see it right there. I put it in all caps so you don't miss it, but you just enter it in and you'll have it. So happy to see you, Nicole. Thank you for joining us here. We're about to wrap up. Yeah, let your heart not be troubled and follow Black 40 Plus Fit. Thank you so much for following this page and for supporting this page. This page, Wisdom for Well-Beings, is becoming the go-to place for grown women. And we know that's not anything that necessarily have to do with age, but for grown women who are seeking wisdom. And did Maggie not put that wisdom out here for us? Wisdom for your well-being. Yeah, and I'm so happy to be a part of this with you. Trying to screenshot the page a few times to follow everyone. Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Yeah, much appreciated. Better Fasting, by the way, if you missed when I said that, she teaches about intermittent fasting. I don't know if any of you have experimented with it. I am myself. I'm not going to get into all what that is because that's a whole different thing. But go to her page too. So 3 things. Let your heart not be troubled. Follow Black 40 Plus Fit. Check out Better Fasting and see if that's something that might be in alignment with the goals that you're trying to achieve too. Thank y'all. Have a good rest of the day.